I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable. Am I though? Am I though? Let's get into it. Am I reasonable? Hey, you guys. Hey. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of I'm Reasonable with moi, Zainab Johnson. People don't say moi anymore, right? When's the last time you heard somebody be like, moi? I would be like, what is this, 1997? Moi. I don't even know. Is that French or is that just like somebody bougie? I mean, I guess bougie is also French, right? Like bourgeoisie. I don't know. Okay. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? On a scale from 1 to American jurors, how reasonable have you guys been this week? How reasonable have you been this week? It's Pride Month. It is Pride Month, so a special hey, y'all. Hey to all my LGBTQ watchers, listeners, fans. I appreciate you. I was just in Denver. Thank you so much for all the people that showed up to my shows in Denver. I was at the Denver Improv, and you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. Actually, Denver, I don't know what I thought. I mean, I definitely thought it would be cold. I definitely didn't think I would be able to find food. I definitely had no idea what to expect from the audiences. But on all fronts, I quite appreciate you guys. So thank you. Next up, all right, so, we're in June, so let's talk about the shows that I have in June. Next up, this weekend. So right as you guys are watching this, I will be in Nashville, Tennessee at the Lab at Zanies, June 14th and 15th. That's Friday and Saturday, June 14th and 15th. I will be in Nashville, Tennessee at Zanies. June 21st and 22nd, I will be in San Francisco at Cobb's Comedy Club. June 21st and 22nd. Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco. And then my last road show in June is going to be June 29th in Richmond, Virginia. Okay, I will be at the Funny Bone in Richmond, Virginia. So that's all of June. Of course, the tickets and any details are in the tickets and any links are in the details of this podcast. And then after that, we have Virginia Beach, July 12th and 13th, July 18th, Columbus, Ohio, July 19th and 20th, I'm going to Cleveland, Ohio, then July 24th, Los Angeles for one night only at the Improv. July 31st, I'll be in East Hampton, New York. August 1st, for one night, I'll be in Boston, Mass. August 2nd and 3rd, I'll be in West Nyack, New York. August 22nd through the 24th, so that's 3 nights. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I will be in Chicago. And then September 13th and 14th, I'll be in Bloomington, Indiana. September 18th, Raleigh. I was just about to say Riley again. Because you know what? When I read it, it's like spelled with an A. But when I want to say it, I'm thinking of the character from Boondocks. September 18th, I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina. September 19th through the 21st, I will be in Washington, D.C. September 27th through the 28th, I will be in St. Paul, Minneapolis. Then October 17th through the 19th, I'll be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. October 17th, I already said that, but I'll repeat it again because I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. October 17th through the 19th, I will be at the Punchline in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. October 25th through the 26th, I will be in Detroit, Michigan. It'll be my first time ever performing. I've never performed at a comedy club in Michigan. I'm lying. Oh, that's a lie. I'm so sorry. I performed in Grand Rapids and I loved it. This is my first time in Detroit, though. Not my first time performing in Detroit. When I first started comedy, I performed at a strip club in Detroit for one night. I just did a guest spot. It was like on the 6th mile. So if you're listening to this and you're familiar with Detroit and the strip club is still open and it's on the 6th mile, then you know what I'm talking about. But I haven't officially performed at any comedy club in Detroit, and I always get a lot of people like, how you going here? How you going here? How you going there? How you going there? And you ain't come to Detroit. So Detroit, I will be in your city performing October 25th and 26th. Then November 15th and 16th, I will be in Paris, France. Those tickets are officially on sale. And I heard that it was like already 65% sold out. So if you're in Paris and you're watching this, listening to this, know somebody that wants to go to the show, let them know that those tickets are going fast, as well as the London tickets. I'll be in London from the 18th of November until the 23rd. 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22, 23. So that's 6 days. I'll be there from Tuesday through Saturday, I believe. And those tickets are going really fast. I feel like Friday, Saturday shows have like 2 seats left in them. If still, I haven't looked in a couple of days, so I don't know. It seems like the show that has the most tickets left, which is still less than 50%, is November 18th. So if you're in London, United Kingdom, make sure you get those tickets. And then November 29th through December 1st, I will be in Ontario, California. I am still working on Toronto. Don't worry. My Canadians, I'm still working on Toronto. My Western Canadians, I'll be in Vancouver at some point in the spring, in the fall, filming our last season of Upload. Thank you all the Upload people to be coming out to the shows and let me know how much y'all love it. We really appreciate y'all. We need y'all to watch. So thank you. But I'll probably do some shows. I'll probably do like some pop-up shows while I am filming in Vancouver. So just hold off. I'll announce those when I have them. Toronto, I'm still working on it, but November 29th through December 1st, I will be in Ontario, California. And then December 4th, I'll be in Austin, my first time ever in Austin, first time in Austin, performing in Austin, connecting in Austin, everything. First time in Austin, December 4th. And then December 6th through the 8th, I will be in Houston, Texas, December 6th through the 8th in Houston, Texas. Like I said, all the tickets and the links are in the details of this podcast. So if I am in a city near you or you know somebody, make sure you get those tickets, or, tell a friend to tell a friend, come see me. It's lovely when I have people in the audience. While we at it, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, we're growing. This is a group. This is a joint effort, right? I show up every Wednesday and you guys show up to see what I'm talking about and engage with me, and I very much appreciate it. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you like what I'm doing, then, definitely hit the thumbs up and share it. Share it with someone who is unaware so far. What else? Oh, last week. So I really appreciate. Last week was a kind of emotional episode for me, and kind of a tough episode. And I was speaking from the heart, and I made a couple of mistakes, but that's okay because I'm human. I see it in the comments, people getting riled up over some of the mistakes that I made in terms of some of the information. Most notably, like I said, we think everybody is Muslim. We think everybody is born Muslim. Anyway, I really do. I sometimes when I'm sharing things, especially something like last week's episode, I could take the whole thing. There's a couple of stages. I can take something when I'm mad and then look at, or like highly emotional and then look at it and be like, no, that's like I'm in an irrational state. And most times, people aren't communicating with their highest level of clarity when they're irrational, right? And so I'll just erase it or something like that. Then sometimes I'll get in my right state of mind. I'll get in a more rational state of mind or a more reasonable state of mind, and I'll try to communicate something. And then I'll be like, but no, maybe I should be working through this personally and privately, and I don't want to, the thing that I'm trying to work through, I don't want to make it worse by inviting like the public, and like, yes, my people who understand me, whether you guys always agree with me or not, people who understand me will at least give me the grace and listen, right? But then when you put it out on public platforms, it's like it's for everybody. So it's for people who are for you, it's for people who are against you, it's for people who are looking for understanding, it's for people who are looking to be looking to be, looking to object or be divisive, at any moment. But when I put last week's episode out, it was affirming. The response was affirming. Because you can often, I'll say me, but I really do believe this is in a general public. You can often think that you are the only person dealing with something. And a lot of times when I share everything, you guys know everything I talk about, everything is so specific. My stand-up, it's all so specific to me, I lean heavily on my POV. And that's where I'm most comfortable in, not just in my comedy, but also in my critical thinking. I only feel comfortable really tapping into what is quintessentially me, right? And so sometimes I'll be like, I'm just on an island by myself. And then I put things out and y'all like, girl, you wouldn't, if I had money for the amount of times that this also happens to me. Oh, wow. Thank you for articulating an experience, something that I'm experiencing every day. Even some people had questions like, oh, I really didn't know this. Thank you for. So it was just like a wonderful conversation that's out there. Not perfect at all, but really, really wonderful. And I thank you guys. I thank you so much for listening and allowing me to have it. And I think we all agreed. I think for the most part, we agreed that one specific North African woman was unreasonable. I loved how a bunch of North African women were like, hey, I'm a North African woman and I don't know what she was talking about, girl. We are with you. We understand you. We ride with you. We agree with you. This exists and this is not supposed to be, and blah, 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 blah. And don't let us find who she is and where she at. So, thank you. Okay, what's up? I guess that's what's up with Z, right? What's up with me? I was just in New York. Is it what's up with Z? Yeah, I've been back and forth between, so before I went to Denver, I flew to New York for a day. My really close friend, comedian, Sydney Washington, she did her first late night set. And so check it out. She was on Late Night with Seth Meyers. And I flew to New York to be there in support of her. Then I flew back to LA. And then I flew to Denver to do shows. And then from Denver, I flew back to New York because my friend Keith Robinson, who has been a wonderful mentor for me in comedy, especially when I first started, his new Netflix special dropped this week. And so I flew to New York because he had a viewing party and just a celebratory it's gonna come out and it's available to everybody on Netflix, but let's all get together and celebrate this and watch this and put some positive energy in the week as it gets released. And so his special is called Different Strokes. Keith Robinson, you may have heard his name before if you've ever heard Kevin Hart talk about his journey in comedy. Just a lot of people, Keith is a beloved veteran of the art form. And he had two strokes. And he talks about it in this special, and it's called Different Strokes. And I think my favorite thing about Keith is he is who he is. And you know how two strokes might make people go listen, I had to change my ways. Not Keith. And that's the irony of it. But yeah, it's a good watch. So check it out. And now I'm back home. I actually got back home this morning. I was knocked out on the plane. Knocked out for all 5.5 hours. Knocked out before I put blankets over me. I put blankets over my head, over my body. I put put the headphones on. I think I put on some episodes of The Office, because that'd be whatever I could just go to sleep to. I've seen it so much I could go to sleep to. I was knocked out. And right before I went to sleep, I saw in the aisle next, like, you know, in the aisle next to me, there was a woman with her kid, and the kid was hyped, and she was hyped. And I was like, dang, are they going to keep me up? No. I don't know what that kid did for 5.5 hours because I was knocked out. And so today, I'm just trying to get through the day. I really want a nap. I done had coffee. I done had kombucha. I've eaten. Oh my God. I had a gluten-free, I've had a couple of gluten-free bagels from this place in New York. I love bagels. It's very hard to find a good bagel outside of New York City, but it's also very hard to find a good gluten-free bagel anywhere in the world. But New York City gave it to me. Anyway, I don't want to take a nap because I don't want it to affect my sleep in the evening. You know what I'm saying? So I got to stay up, finish my work. So if it seems like, if my eyes start to get heavy, just know, I'm a little bit tired. And then, I'm home for like a day or two, and then I head to Nashville. So come see me in Nashville. Come see me. Okay. Let's get into these main topics, right? Let's just get into, is it reasonable? Let me close out what's up with Z. Is it reasonable for me to fight through the day, although I am severely tired? Because even when you sleep on a plane, it ain't a sleep. Like it don't matter if you laying down on the bed. It don't matter if you lying across a row of seats. It just ain't a sleep like a sleep that you get in your house, in your bed. It's just, I feel revived though, because I took a nice hot shower, and so I feel fresh-faced. Do I look fresh-faced? Anyway, so is it reasonable for me to not take a nap and just power through the day, and then try and get some adequate sleep this evening? The thing that can mess up with that is, how you push through it, and then you get to okay, it's 9:00. I don't have any shows tonight. I guess I could go to sleep. And then you turn on something and it got the nerve to be interesting. It got the nerve to be interesting. And now you look at your clock and it's 2:00 in the morning and you like, oh my God, how am I going to make it through the rest of the week, right? I'm going to make sure that don't happen. The main topics this week. Last week, was it last week or maybe the week before? Very recently, former President Donald Trump, also running for president again, he was convicted 34 counts, right? We talked about that. And then I was going to go in last week, 34 counts of fraud, right? Using campaign money to pay prostitute, pay for sex. And then I was going to go into our current president's son, Hunter Biden, and his charges. And I was so shocked because I don't think I ever knew what he looked like. And then when I discovered what he looked like, it just caught me off guard. But in between, I didn't really have time. That wasn't I wasn't really in that space last week, right? I had some other stuff, some deep stuff that had to do with me personally that I needed to work through, right? But since then, Hunter Biden has been convicted. He was found guilty. He was found guilty of 3 charges of, I don't quite understand this. Basically, he purchased a gun. And it says an illegal possession of a gun, purchasing of a gun. I don't know what was, I was trying to figure out what was illegal about it, right? Was the actual thing he purchased, how it's not illegal to purchase an animal, but it might be illegal to purchase the type of animal you're trying to purchase, like an alligator or something like that, right? I don't know. I'm not saying that that's correct. I'm just giving you guys examples, right? Or is it actually illegal to purchase actual animals? You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't sure. Is it illegal? What state was it? Is it illegal to purchase a gun? Or did he purchase an illegal, a gun that ain't really supposed to be sold? So then, I did a little bit of research. And first of all, no, it's not statewide. These are federal charges. And he was found guilty on 3 counts, 3 charges. And the thing is, he lied on the form. So wherever he was trying to purchase this gun, that's under federal jurisdiction, which I thought all purchasing of firearms, if you ain't in like the military or this ain't no international thing, it might be. Maybe I missed that information. I always thought that it was a statewide, because gun laws are like state to state, you know? But apparently when he went to purchase this particular firearm, there's a question on the form that says, are you currently doing or addicted to drugs, like substances? And apparently he put no, and those are the charges. So he basically lied on a form that he had to fill out in order to purchase that firearm. This is not about if he's right or wrong. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And as much as his father, which is our current president, was like, I'm gonna let the justice system do what it do, because you know this is petty. This is petty. Also, low key, is federal, and his father is the president. Like, he could totally pardon him. So it's like, what are we really talking about here, right? But also, it seems like a waste of time, because if I'm an addict, right, and I know that my admission to my addiction doesn't allow me to purchase the firearm, but I want to purchase the firearm, and y'all got the question, of course I'm gonna lie. So this just seems counterproductive. It shouldn't be like, are you? It should be like, here's the test. Because it's like, if I'm trying to sneak into a movie, and I know I can't go in the movie without the ticket, and somebody says, hey, do you have a ticket? Of course I'm going to say yes. Why would I say no? Because I know the no makes it so that I can't get in. So if the no makes it that I can't get in, and I'm going to tell the truth and say no, why would I even attempt to do it? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Whatever, I don't care. That's actually the honest truth. But I guess I'm wondering, like, it just seems like an unreasonable question, because what do you expect the addict to do or say? I mean, a lot of times addictions make people lie for less. So if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm trying to get a firearm, and I know there's something very specifically in place for me to not get it, I don't know. It's not entrapment, but it just seems really close. Do y'all think it's reasonable that he got, and take out the, like, yeah, I mean, people of color get arrested for less and have to do, I get that. That's a different conversation. Racism and systemic injustice and abuse of power and all of those things. Yes. But I'm just saying, forget that he is, probably one of the most privileged people in terms of, on paper. He probably miserable, he probably ain't real got no joy privilege, if we being honest, But on paper, he's probably one of the most privileged people. He's the son, he's the only leftover son of the sitting president. He's a white guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but is it, so take him out of it, but like, is it reasonable to, I don't know, bring somebody up on, I guess so, because it's like, if you lie, right, on a lot of applications, they ask you, like, are you telling the truth? You hereby state that you're telling the truth. And if not, if you sign this saying that you are telling the truth and you're not, then you can be held liable. So I guess. Maybe the form was federal. I don't understand it. But I know they're probably only showing it to us to, like, it's like, oh, okay, so see how fair so don't listen to what Trump said. Don't listen to what that crazy guy over there said about how this is the legal system is flawed and it's not fair. Because see, one of us is having to pay the consequences of something as well. That's, whatever. Let me get out these people business. Rihanna showed off her natural hair this week. Sunday, actually, she made an appearance, I believe, in New York City, showing off her natural hair. It looked like she did a big chop. But last week it was announced that she was releasing her new hair care line, and the picture, I think that the marketing that they used for the announcement, she had on a cute little pixie faux hawky type mullet type wig that is very Rihanna-esque, right? Blonde. It looked quite wonderful on her. It was a look, but she got some backlash. Like, how are you trying to sell us a hair care line and you ain't even showing your real hair? Like, how do we trust it? And so I could just start that question off, like, at the top. Like, is it reasonable? Is it reasonable? Is it false advertisement? Is it reasonable for a celebrity or a brand to try to sell a product and not focus on showing exactly what the product can do? Or, because, like, this is, to me, I guess I didn't make a big deal of it. I didn't feel like she should get any backlash. But I think it's because I've been seeing this for years. And so I guess I'm just, like, numb to it, Like, I know all the tricks that they do to make food and commercials look good. You get what I'm saying? Like, did you guys know that when they're advertising, like, a bowl of cereal, they never use milk? They use a bowl of glue, like white, thick-ass Elmer's second grade glue. And they put the cereal on top because, if you just use milk for the photo shoot, all them lights and stuff like that, the cereal was just going to get soggy, sink to the bottom. But the glue holds up the cereal, allows it to, right? But it's like, and I think that people have tried. Like, oh, this is a misrepresentation. We bought this cereal and it don't. My cereal don't look the same as this cereal in a commercial, or like how they put together burgers. How it don't really be a cooked burger, but like they take a little mini blowtorch, and they like, melt the cheese on the edges so that it looks like they use toothpicks to like seal all the pickles and tomato. I mean, like it's just like advertising, right? It's the same as like when we go outside. Like whenever I get like messages and people are like, oh my gosh, this is, like your skin is popping. I'm like, oh, thank you. But like, I do have on makeup, like, it may not be a lot of makeup. It may not be a beat face. It may be like the least amount of makeup a person wears, but like I kind of feel I never want to misrepresent, like I went to dinner with some friends like a week or two ago, and as soon as I sat down, this makeup artist who I had just met, he was like, "Girl, your skin is skinning. Your skin," and I was like, oh, thank you. And then everybody else at the table joined in like, yeah, your skin. And I was like, well, I mean, I do have a little bit of concealer here, just to like make the eyes pop. I was like, and I definitely have on some bronzer, a little bit of blood. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is like, I did not wake up like this. This is. And he said, oh, girl, he said, I am a professional makeup artist, which he is. He said, I'm a professional makeup artist. I know what you have on, and that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. Your skin is skinning. And I said, okay, well, then that I'll take, Anywho, the same thing happened when Beyonce a couple of months ago released her hair care line, which really is like Miss Tina's hair care line. But, we ain't about to just run out and sell out Miss Tina's line. Beyonce got to tell us to go get it. And you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but Beyonce wears a couple of wigs, as she should. She is a mega pop star. So she wears a bunch of wigs. And so people were like, oh, this don't work because she wears wigs. How am I supposed to trust this product? You wear wigs. Which is a crazy thing to say because people, I don't know, people act like when a person, I know some people are like this, you wear wigs and you just don't do any maintenance to your hair under the wig. But like a lot of the girlies, most of the girlies who have time, a little bit of cash and access, they really take care. Like the wigs really just be part of their hair care process. Like I'm fully taking care of what's underneath this cap and I'm putting this on top as another protective measure. You know, I'm often surprised when like women of color come with that, like what we supposed to do with this. It's like, girl, you know what we supposed to do with this. All the hair care tutorials and all of that. It's like, you know, she's not selling you you know that they're not saying, you know that Rihanna is not saying, here, buy my hair care line and get this hairstyle. You know she's not saying that. Like, this is not rocket science. This is not new. I don't know. You guys let me know. Was it unreasonable for her to announce a hair care line wearing a wig? Since the beginning of time, they've been selling us mascara using fake eyelashes. Or you could see in the commercial, you could see the fake eyelash flopping off the model. And they still be like, Maybelline, CoverGirl. But guess what? We still buy mascara because we've tried them out and some work for us. So even when it comes to a Beyonce hair brand or a Rihanna hair brand, it's like, even if she showed off her natural hair, because Beyonce did, right? Beyonce said, oh, okay, y'all want to play? Let me show y'all my, let me not only show y'all my hair, but let me show y'all that my natural hair comes down to my buttocks, my bootay. But even if it did work exceptionally for some people, that doesn't mean that it's going to work exceptionally for you, right? And so, I don't know. I just think it's like sometimes people be looking to hate. But, you know, I guess Rihanna was like, I hear you. I see you. I get it. So, all right, it's no big deal to me. I ain't even going to do nothing. I'm going to just step out. Because, you know, paparazzi be on my heels. I'm going to just step out. And she stepped out with her, what appears to me as a big chop, and still blonde, so not in her natural color, which, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, so y'all gonna have a problem with that? I don't know. And it looked like it was like nice and moisturized and juicy and curly. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think Rihanna looks so cute, but I did not like the cut because I was just like, the shape, it just wasn't shaped. And you know, a lot of us be walking out the house with our natural little, you know, TWAs, but, and they don't be shaped, but it's like, no, Rihanna, yours should be shaped. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. Is it unreasonable to try to sell something and, cause it's like Rihanna's the brand, right? That's why we're buying it. Like her makeup line, and you guys know the name. I'm not saying the names for a very specific reason because when I post these videos on YouTube and monetize them, they be wanting to know, like, are you mentioning, because for them to put brands on you, they be wanting to know, do you, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? If you don't, just Google Beyonce hair care line, Rihanna hair care line, Rihanna makeup. Like it's, you know, anyway, do you think it is unreasonable for someone, a celebrity, a person whose brand is huge, to release some new product and not, I guess, represent the product in the most, I don't know, and what the public would deem as most authentic. Yeah, I feel like with Rihanna specifically, we see her natural hair a lot. And we may not see it in the state that it's in, but I feel like Rihanna be wearing all of them styles where we at least see her base a lot. But whatever, you know, women of color, we got women, period. I mean, human beings have a thing with their hair. Let's not pretend, right? I mean, men, the toupees and the brushing and then combing it to the front and the wearing the hats and all of that. You know, we all have a thing with our hair, but whew, it's layered, it's deep, it can be, and it can hurt when it comes to black. I don't even want to say women of color, black women, women of the African diaspora. So y'all let me know. Rihanna wearing that wig, talking about she got a hair care line. Was that unreasonable or nah? And did y'all do you like her little natural, her little curly fro, her little curly blonde fro? I like how everybody in the city that Rihanna is in be like, oh my God, the weather is so nice. We're experiencing such beautiful weather. And then Rihanna step out and she got on a whole fur, but the fur is like hanging off her shoulders. So it's like, I do kind of want to be warm, but it ain't that cold. But like, grab my mink. I remember I was just in terms of marketing. I remember I was talking to someone who worked in marketing, and I would always be like confused by like the Pepsi, Coca-Cola. I would be confused by the soda brands. And I would be like, why do they even make commercials? Like, I don't drink soda. And so I'm not going to drink soda. And so it doesn't matter how many, commercials. I don't care how many pop stars they have drinking, you know what I'm saying, ice cold, beverage. I'm not going to get that soda. And then the marketing person was like, well, they're not even talking to you. They don't care about you. And not me as like a specific like ethnic or gender or age. It's like they're not talking to people who don't drink soda. They're only talking to the people who drink soda. They're talking to the people who drink soda. And they're hoping that of all the people who drink soda, when they go out to buy soda, they're going to choose their brand over another brand. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Next story, last story, main story for me. Did y'all see that on The View, led by Whoopi Goldberg, they did a Sister Act 2 reunion, which is great. It's been 30 years since that movie came out, which is crazy, right? That makes me feel so old. But it's great. I love Sister Act 2. I think it's an almost perfect movie, like almost perfect. I'll tell y'all in a minute why it's not perfect, but it is one of the closest movies you'll get to perfection, really. They had a reunion and they didn't have Lauryn Hill. How do you have a Sister Act reunion? A Sister Act, you can have a Sister Act reunion. You can have Sister Mary Clarence. You can have all the nuns. You can have the archdiocese. You can have the casino. You can have the gangsters. You can have all of those people. You can have the choirs. You can have the churchgoers. You can have the Pope if you want to for a Sister Act reunion. But for a Sister Act 2 reunion, you cannot have a Sister Act 2 reunion without Lauryn Noel Hill. But apparently they did. Now, I don't know how that happened. I don't know if Lauryn Hill didn't get the times right. I'm being funny. That's low-hanging fruit because everybody likes talking about how Lauryn Hill is late. But let me just tell you what, I don't care. I don't care that she be late. I don't know if she didn't get the time right, or if they invited her and she declined, or if they just didn't invite her, or if they don't even know El Boogie's phone number no more. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why, but they got me messed up. Don't ever advertise to me. Am I being unreasonable, y'all? Don't ever advertise to me a Sister Act 2 reunion without Lauryn Hill. Don't ever do it. When I saw that, I wanted to fight. When I heard it, because I heard it first. I heard it was like, oh, that's, as soon as I opened up social media, it was like, oh, Whoopi Goldberg did a Sister Act 2 reunion, 30-year reunion, and Lauryn Hill wasn't there. Now I got to fight. I want to fight everybody. And I love Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi Goldberg and Color Purple and Ghost and Jumpin' Jack Flash and I everything. I think that Whoopi Goldberg is an exceptional talent, and I think she's a beautiful woman. Like I think she is amazing. I love Whoopi Goldberg. And when people are like, oh, who are some people that you like, who's somebody's career that you, it's like Whoopi Goldberg is top tier, right? Anywho, I'll fight Whoopi Goldberg. Y'all got me messed up. Y'all got me messed up. Sister Act 2 with no Lauryn Hill. I got to fight Sister Mary Clarence. I got to fight all the archdioceses. I got to fight all the nuns, the skinny nun, the plus size nun, the older nun that was singing the show tunes. You get what I'm saying? The mother sister, the older nun that didn't really like Mary Clarence at first, but then she came around and now she love her. I got to fight everybody. I got to fight the kids in the classroom. I got to fight Sketch and Frank K. Now that's why the movie is not perfect. I gotta fight Cheryl Lee Ralph. Cheryl Lee Ralph was at, listen, we love Abbott. We love Abbott. We love you on Abbott. We love seeing Abbott. You know what I'm saying? All hell Cheryl Lee Ralph. But you was the one that wasn't letting Rita go to the choir performance. So now why you at the reunion? You was in the movie talking about her shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's people, that was one of my favorite lines from the movies. It's people out there. She said it's so many out there. It's people on that corner talking about they shoulda, coulda, woulda. Because you know Cheryl Lee Ralph is Caribbean. Maybe she's Jamaican. I'm not sure. I don't want to specify it because I'm not sure. But she is Caribbean. And so you know that accent, especially when she be delivering, whenever she is, you know, putting her foot down, the accent kind of come out. It used to come out on Moesha. It used to come, like, she said there are plenty of people out on that corner talking about their shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It was the way she said it. I know if that was the audition scene, book the job. Somebody bring her in. She has the job. Because I feel like when they wrote it, they didn't write it like that. I feel like it wasn't supposed to roll off her tongue like that. But you know what I'm saying? The magic of her talent. She said there are people, you know how many people are on that corner? She pointed to the corner because, you know, we had eyesight of the window because Rita was looking out the window, seeing what she was missing. There are people on that corner talking about their shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Their shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That's a Cheryl Lee Ralph impression. Their shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I got to fight Cheryl Lee Ralph. I got to fight Frank K and Sketch. Now, here's why the movie Sister Act 2 is not perfect. It's close to perfect, but it's not perfect. Because, first of all right, we have rappers. They included rappers, right? Because it's like this movie came out in like the 90s, right? And, you know, like, okay, we're going to have a choir and they're singing. And if we're truly representing like our young people, hip hop is like on a rise. But then how you going to have the white guy? I don't care that he was Italian. How you going to have the white guy being a representation of hip hop? Hey, oh, Frank K, oh. See, ever since I was what he was like, Mary had a little lamb. Please was like. And then the black boy backing him up. Sketch. The graffiti artist that got a job at night because he trying to take care of his family and just graduate. Backing him up. Hey, yo, Frank K, kick it. Hey, yo, Mary had a little lamb. No. But that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. If people never had to bow down to the ridiculousness of Hollywood financiers, gatekeepers, and ridiculous racism, there's no way in no other movie would that part be to Frank K. Now, can he be in the choir? Yeah. Can he be a rapper? Sure. But should he be the leading representation? Come on. That was the only part of the entire movie that I was like, even as a kid, I knew, oh, they trying to play us. Oh. And somebody might be like, but oh, Eminem is good. First of all, this is before we ever seen an 8 Mile. And even still, while Eminem is a really good rapper and also a white guy, he is not the face of hip hop. Anywho, I was ready to fight everybody because y'all playing with me, right? Y'all playing with me because I'm looking for L Boogie. Then, because I felt like if I'm trying to fight, the whole cast, I'm trying to fight Bill Duke, the director, I'm trying to fight the audience in The View. I'm like, that's unreasonable. So let me just watch. And so I decided to watch, you guys, and it was kind of sweet, but there was clearly a loss. Like, let's just watch. My screen right now is on Hunter Biden. Ooh. Okay, so they opened up The View with "Oh Happy Day," right? So we know the original, right? Yo, I just watched Sister Act 2. I never watched nothing before on Tubi. I, for the first time, downloaded Tubi because I was on Godfrey's podcast making fun of it. And so I was like, I ain't never even watched Tubi. Let me go check Tubi out. And so I downloaded Tubi. Everything is free. Anyway, whatever. And I watched Sister Act 2. Because when I heard of that, I said, oh, let me just go watch. They not going to give me L Boogie? Let me go just watch L Boogie, right? So this is the Oh Happy Day. This is the original one.
Want to charge mess free?
The commercial just...
Want to charge all of them?
Okay. Remember they singing in front of the school.
Okay, you guys, relax. Okay? Take a deep breath.
This is one of my favorite scenes, y'all.
Don't worry. You ready?
Oh, happy day. Remember he was talking about all the Shaka Zulus, and she said, how is Shaka Zulu going to stop anybody if they can't hear him? This guy, he's not Ryan Leslie, right? What's his name? I should have did all of this before. Okay, Ryan Leslie is a much different person. But this guy he was in the group City High. Remember? He was in the group City High. What's his name? What is his name? What's happening? What is that? Why is it not showing me his name is Ryan Toby. Ryan Toby is like a music producer, singing. He was in a group City High. What would you do? And the only way to feed him is to give him a man for a little bit of money. Right? They was Wyclef's group. With what was her name? Something Ortiz. Was it Claudia Ortiz? I can't remember. Anyway, Ryan Leslie has written a bunch of Usher songs. He's written for a bunch of artists. He sings, he produces. He's still like currently working. He's produced and written for Beyonce, like a lot of stuff. So as much as our introduction to him was Sister Act 2, and then we saw him in City High, he's been like working behind the scenes in music. I was quite shocked to find out that he is the guy that wrote and sang. Y'all know Usher's song. Now listen, just so they don't flag my video, I'm going to sing it myself. And it's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be the most unreasonable thing I can do on this podcast. But I'm going to do it, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the Usher song when he be like, Yo, one season when we was filming Upload, I was in a hair trailer and I was singing it. I was like, Usher's song, Yo, everybody in the trailer, everybody. And these are all women of color. They was like, we have no idea what you're doing. I said, y'all, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That song, he wrote it, sang it, every single word, and sang it. And Usher, I mean, Usher's a star, and Usher did extremely well, and Usher performs that song superbly. But he just copied. He just copied Ryan Toby. Like, Ryan Toby laid it down as a demo, and he just copied it. So if y'all didn't know that about him. Anyway, okay, back to Sister Act 2.
Come here. Come here and stand.
She like, come here. Whoopi is like, Sister Mary Clarence, she like, come on. This ain't what we practiced. Yo, I used to get in trouble. I love this movie so much that I would be right in the bathroom singing. I would be like, when Jesus washed. My mother used to be like, excuse me? What? Excuse me? I said, Sister Act 2. When Jesus washed. She said, Zainab, don't bring. When my mom cursed, it sound funny because it's like she don't curse a lot, so it's like not convincing when she curses. She says, Zainab, don't bring that shit in my house. I said, Mom, it's Whoopi Goldberg and all of the nuns and Lauryn Hill. What are you talking about? And then I tried to get slick and rename it. I was like, every time they say Jesus, I say Muhammad. And she was like, Zainab. But this is how much I love this movie. It's the only thing that could get me to sing gospel.
Y'all gonna have to do better than this. All right, you guys, take your cue from me.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on, you got it. He had to go to the diaphragm. When Muhammad washed. Astaghfirullah. He washed my sins away.
Let's party.
I think they're gonna take down this video. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If they don't, cause I'm playing the whole Sister Act movie. So now here's the thing. And then I'm gonna cut this part off. My favorite thing, and I don't know if this was written or, I mean, it had to be written because it's a single shot, right? So the camera is there to get this reaction. But when he hit this note and Whoopi's reaction, it just sends me. I love it. I just love it. Why the man sitting next to the cook? Why he was looking like, oh, I think that's the Latin teacher, right? I don't know what they call the male nuns. What do they call them? Because they're not priests, right? Anywho, he was like, it's just the subtle things in comedy. And it's things you notice when you've watched the movie 97,000 times. He feeling himself. He walking into the audience. Oh, he putting on a show. When his Jesus watched. You see Whoopi? Okay. So that's the original, right? And so then on The View, they opened up The View reenacting that, right? Here we go.
La 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 la.
Now they grown.
La 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 la.
And they more recognizable because these people have been famous since.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, happy day.
Now we don't really need Lauryn Hill for this part. This part we don't need Lauryn Hill for, so it's okay.
Oh, happy day, yeah, when Jesus was. Stand over here. When Jesus was. When my Jesus was.
And he looked the same. He looked exactly the same. Just like a grown version of himself. His Jesus washed. They're gonna take this video down, y'all. I'm so sorry.
To watch, to fight and pray.
Yo,
And he taught me how to live rejoicing. Yes, he did. Oh, yeah.
his voice is different. And y'all see Monica? Y'all see Monica from Players Club? Diamond's cousin? Who was acting up, trying to be down, and got herself in a whole bunch of trouble. And then she became Morris Chestnut's wife and best man, and we was like, whew, girl, because you had us worried in Players Club. We didn't know what to do with you. You was trying too hard, and you had to learn a very hard lesson in a really despicable way, and that hurt us for you. But thank God, as much as you had a little slip up with Tay Diggs, when Morris Chestnut did his vows, we was like, whew, all right, girl. I forgot she was even in the movie until I saw her,
Every day. Oh, yeah.
Yo, if I did grow up in the church, I'd have definitely been like, I'd have had a tambourine.
Jesus was. When Jesus was.
Okay, so that's fun, right? That's really sweet. Now here's where probably a lot of people protested.
Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee.
Ain't no denying this woman sounds great. Ain't no denying that she's clearly I think a Grammy Award winning or platinum selling like gospel artist. I believe she's in a group. There's no shade to this woman. She is doing a phenomenal job. She's doing a phenomenal job.
Healthy as the sun above, melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the darkness out away. Give
I'm telling you, this is the only movie. I say this all the time. The only movie that I gotta just sing the gospel. I just have to, because this is Sister Act 2, and whenever DMX be giving a sermon, rest in peace. But whenever he used to be like, God is good, because when God tells you to look, I'm like, I'm here. I hear you. I'm gonna replace the Jesus with Muhammad, but I hear you. I'm with you. I'm receiving the message. This woman sounds amazing, but she does not sound like this. Yeah, you was telling her the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know she had to sign your name on that permission slip. Now you gonna sit in the audience mad and scare her? But we like you in Abbott. Shirley Ralph is so cute though.
Joyful, joyful Lord,
You hear this?
we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee.
Your teacher says take off your robes.
Hail the
Take off your robes. Do it quickly, come on. I don't know, just take off your robes.
Put on anything you want. If we're gonna go out there, we're gonna go out there comfortable. Some of us.
pain and sadness drive the dark cloud away. Give her the immortal gladness. Fill us
So this is the
with
thing. Y'all hear that? This is why it's different. That woman, forgive me that I'm not saying her name, she is a undeniably phenomenal singer. But there is something that Lauryn Hill can do that has not been replicated since. Listen to this. It's her run.
Give her the immortal
Or listen.
gladness. Fill us with
You see,
a
he crying.
light. Fill us with a light. Oh, fill us with a light.
And y'all know Lauryn Hill was a rapper. This why when people be like, oh, she late. I was talking to my friend and he was like, oh, you know this happened with Lauryn Hill, and he was trying to throw some dirt on her name. I said, yo, I might have told y'all this before. That's my person. That is my person. That's my person. The only posters I ever had on my wall when I was a teenager, that's my person. That's my girl. But this is what I want you guys to hear. This is what I want y'all to hear. So that you get the difference of how you do this without Lauryn Hill. This girl who's in the scene with her, amazing, amazing voice. All these commercials.
As a kid, I wanted to be an artist.
So she could sing. But watch when Lauryn Hill starts singing. Watch how different, or listen to how different it is. And then I'm going, and then I'm done.
That was beautiful. Don't even try, girl. I just been thinking about things. And no security. Look, let's do the song I was doing, but this time let's do it together.
Yeah, now watch them sing. Watch them sing.
Come
and watch.
on. You with it?
Just listen to Lauryn Hill's run. Listen to what
You
she's
take the
doing
top,
with her voice
and I'll take the bottom.
and her tone.
Just try it.
I need to start the Lauryn Hill fan club, the L Boogie fan club.
I sing because I'm happy,
Listen to Lauryn.
and I sing because I'm free.
Here, watch. Listen.
His eye is on the sparrow. Please don't stop.
And y'all gonna have a reunion without L Boogie. Whatever. It was cute though. It was cute. And then they sat down and had a conversation with them, and everybody was telling them about their experiences. And apparently, like, Whoopi gave them some really, really good experiences. A lot of these adults were, children at the time, like, teenagers, and this was their first experience in Hollywood, their first experience acting and all of that. And they have some really pleasurable experiences with Whoopi Goldberg. And so this was a lovely, lovely, lovely reunion. But come on. They said that a part 3 is coming out, though. A Sister Act 3 is in the making, and they're hoping that Lauryn Hill makes an appearance. Now, I personally think that that's an unreasonable expectation, because why would anybody... The only characters that are recurring characters in Sister Act is Sister Mary Clarence and the nuns, right? Sister Mary Clarence, the nuns, and the head nun, right? That's it. It like in part 2, we didn't see the boyfriend that had went to jail. We didn't see all the other characters that came from Sister Mary Clarence's life. We did see her, at the nightclub singing again. But that's like, these ain't recurring characters. She is the only one that moves the story. But apparently this new one is going to have the nuns, it's going to have Whoopi Goldberg, and it's going to have Keke Palmer. And that already is like, ooh, let's do it, right? Because Keke can sing as well. Anyway. Do y'all think it's 2 questions? Do y'all think it was reasonable for them to do this without Lauryn Hill? If yes, why? If no, why? Do you think my love for Lauryn Hill is reasonable? And do you think it's a reasonable expectation for Lauryn Hill to be in Sister Act 3? I personally don't think so. Although if she was, I would be very happy, but I don't see how that, it's like, it's the same as, it ain't the same. I'm about to say it's Cheryl Lee Ralph being on this reunion. But anywho, whatever. What am I doing, you guys? I'm tired and delirious. And I have to do an Ask Z. The last thing I'll say about this is Act 2 reunion. Another person who wasn't there was, what's the girl who did I Know What You Did Last Summer? What's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt? Is that her name? Oh, that is her name. Okay. She wasn't there. But it's like, she don't need to be there. She wasn't doing no singing really. And as much as her star rose after that, she did a bunch of the I Know What You Did. She did a bunch of the romantic comedy. She did a bunch of them teeny bopper movies. She's consistently been on TV for the past however many years. But in terms of a Sister Act 2 reunion, like, it's fine. If you never said that she wasn't there, we would have no shade, but we would not have remembered. The only integral person. We needed the little boy. We needed Ahmad, right, to sing Oh Happy Day. And we needed El Boogie to be Rita and sing Joyful, Joyful. Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord. I know a gospel song because of Sister Act 2. I know like 3 gospel songs because of Sister Act 2. God of glory, Lord of light, gonna fall like us before thee, held thee, fill us with thee. Because Mary had a little limp. Let's see. Okay, before I go, last thing. Let's see Frank K rap. They didn't have him rap on a reunion because they know in this day and age, we not going for that. Not with the internet. Not with the internet. They would have, in 1992 when we ain't have nothing, I don't know when the movie came out, but when we ain't have nothing, they could try that. But in 2024, you're not about to have Frank K be in the face of rap.
Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. And in my life,
with the overalls?
That you was the only way to go. So
I had to
come to an understanding. And I'm down with the king, so now up the method.
You down with G.O.D.?
All I know is that I'm down with G.O.D.
You down with G.O.D.? Yeah, you know me. Why they do us like that? Why they do us like that? All right. Ask Z. Okay, I got a little bit of time. Let me get to this Ask Z really quickly. This came from a close friend of mine, actually. And so I love that my friends are having me do Ask Z's. So let's do this real quick. I don't have a bunch of time. Okay, so she says, I'm going to change the names too. She says, I'm officially done with Christian. Saturday, 5:25, we drove to Lake Lanier to hang out with his friends who reserved a boat for the day. Later, we went to the host house to grill, play pool and spades, etc. Christian and I were having a great time, so I thought. Around 8 p.m. or so, he claimed he was going to take out the trash. 15 minutes or so had passed, and I'm like, where is he? What is he doing? So I proceeded to search the house. I caught Christian having a phone conversation with another woman on the patio deck. He attempted to play it very cool and said to me, you don't pay my phone bill, and so I could talk to whoever I want. Now that right there, completely unreasonable, because that's not what is even in question. Ain't nobody ever like, oh, who you talking to? Because I pay the bill. Come on. Of course you can talk to whoever you want. And of course it's your phone and you pay the bill. However, If you're with me and you want it to go smoothly, why would you do anything to make it not go smoothly? It's like it's counterintuitive. It's counterproductive. I said you could have waited to have the conversation when you got home or when I'm not in your company. I was literally sitting downstairs with his childhood friends about to watch the basketball game. We were going to stay until Sunday. I told him that he was being disrespectful, and he said he wasn't being disrespectful because he wasn't speaking to her in front of my face. Okay. I said, if you want to talk to her that bad, let's head back home tonight. And because he has a major ego, we headed back home to the Carolinas that night. Now, here's the thing. You can't make idle threats. Now, I don't know if my friend really wanted to go back home or not, but you can't make idle threats. You can't be like, okay, well, if you really want to, we could leave now. And the person is like, all right, let's go. Well, then now you got to stand on it. So in the heat of an argument, if your feelings are hurt, if you're trying to get your way, don't make idle threats. Because when the person meets you at your threat, now what? Unless that's what you really want. At the beginning of the drive, I fell asleep. But when he stopped to pump the gas, I woke up and all of the emotions came rushing and I got very upset. As he resumed driving, I started throwing his belongings out of the window every mile or so. White AND1 sneakers, Gucci sunglasses, personalized leather cigar case, leather personalized drop kit. Then I told him to pull over on the side of the road and get the F out the car. I left that N-word on the shoulder. Well, my friend's black. I left that N-word on the shoulder lane off I-85 North, somewhere near Greenville, South Carolina. Okay. So I understand your emotions, but I think it's very unreasonable to engage in this type of behavior in a moving vehicle. I say that as a person who has been in car accidents. I say that as a person that got hit, that got struck while I was outside just as a pedestrian, a moving vehicle. This is very dangerous. I don't know what time of the day it was. I don't know what, and I understand sometimes we're not thinking clearly, which is why at the top of the show, I talked about me speaking publicly when I know that I'm in an irrational state, That's why in every moment you got to ask yourself, like, is this reasonable or not? You get what I'm saying? As upset as you might be, as hurt as your feelings are, it's like you throwing stuff on the road. You obstructing drivers that might be behind you. It's just not safe. It's just really, really not safe. So she closes out the letter. I felt he disrespected me as I put a lot of time and resources into him, and he had the audacity to sneak away to create space for engaging in conversation with another woman. Was I being unreasonable by throwing his belongings out of the window and leaving him on the shoulder lane of the interstate? I don't think you was unreasonable for leaving him on the shoulder lane, and that may be wrong of me, but it's like, maybe 10, 20 years ago, that would have been unreasonable when we don't have cell phones, when we don't have Ubers, when we don't have... It's like you want to talk to the girl so bad, have her come get you. Because that's a bold move for him to do something so blatantly disrespectful and then put it in your face like, yeah, you don't pay my phone bill and so I can talk to who I want and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, cool. Well, then let her come and relieve me of my duty. Let her come and take this space that I've been filling for this time. Let her come and do that. And so I don't think that it was unreasonable for you to ask him to get out your car and drive off. I do think that it's unreasonable if you think after that y'all should maintain or engage in relationship any more after that is toxic. If you're going to do that to somebody, that's it. That's the period. We done. Good night. Good riddance. Take care. That's it. And like I said earlier, I did think that it was unreasonable for you to toss his stuff out. I understand it, but it's just like remembering, and it's just like if I burn my dude's clothes and it's like now I'm starting a fire, and it's like I don't intend to burn everything down, but things can happen that you just can't predict, when you're doing things like that. So, yeah, I completely understand it. The most reasonable thing I'd say to my friend when she watches this, and what I would tell her if we were just having a girls talk, is this behavior it probably pissed you off, but it probably doesn't surprise you. He probably has shown himself to be this person in other ways, you know, and you probably gave him allowances. And so I just say, you know, that's okay. Shake it off, forgive yourself, and move on, and kind of take a look at this relationship and see like what it gave you, what you felt like what you needed in the moment to have this, maybe how you could be better, and you know, if something like this happens again, and then you just move on. I hope that helps. You know who you are. I love you. I want better for you than this situation. And yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for tuning in to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I'm logging off really quickly right now because I see my camera is about to be like, you done, and cut me off. So thank you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.